Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
And today we're talking about the On
Cloudrunner 2.
I don't remember the first Cloudrunner.
Yeah, neither of us reviewed that shoe actually, but we did review it on the website. And it was a shoe that was apparently a stability shoe. I don't recall that, or even that On had a stability shoe.
I didn't know.
But apparently it is, and apparently that's what this is. I think they say it's in a stable, bucket.
Guidance.
Yeah, but it's not strictly a stability shoe.
The weird thing about that is when I was running this shoe, I didn't know what it was, and it felt like a straight up neutral shoe, and I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we'll get to the stability elements. There's not really much in the way of that. As far as traditional stability, first off, I just want to say I love the look of this shoe. It's a beautiful shoe. I feel like this is, whether or not you want to go running it or not, I'm a sucker for a white shoe.
Megan loves it too. You guys both got hits. I did see it in a black version for the wide version that Jarrett's reviewing, and I was happy we got the white version.
Yeah, let's get into this upper, which is, I gotta say, pretty comfortable all around. It has a lot of plush padding, both on the tongue, around the heel collar.
I like the fit. It was easy to lace. Sometimes I have trouble lacing On shoes to get the proper lockdown. This one did a really nice job. It's got a gusseted tongue that works. It actually, for the price point of the shoe, this upper feels pretty premium, and it has reinforcements on the side here. You can see it's rigid, so you can really get a nice snug lockdown. The only thing that I'll say I don't love about some of the On shoes is I like it to come up a little bit higher on the ankle around the heel collar. And this one sits kind of low, but they have the padding and the sofa-like padding here that locks in the ankle. So I really didn't have any issues. This might be one of my favorite uppers on an On shoe.
For me, I just felt like it wasn't my favorite fitting upper, no matter how many times I tried to tighten it. I just felt it was too roomy, too volumey,
That's so weird.
too wide.
I didn't have that problem. And that's one of my complaints. I have a narrow, low volume foot. So I always have problems with that. I'm just wondering if maybe you didn't ratchet down the laces.
Dude, no, I did.
You did?
Completely. There's no doubt about it. I tried messing with it 3 or 4 times.
That's so weird.
I could not get the fit I wanted. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, you can kind of see some buckling here where I cinched it up. But for the most part, I got a really nice lockdown. When I first put on the shoe, I was a little worried there'd be heel lift. No problem with heel lift. This one hit for me as far as the upper. And also, the mesh is nice and light. It was airy. I didn't feel like it ran too hot. It's not like the most breathable upper, but it's certainly, for these temps are starting to climb up into the 60s, 70s in the morning, maybe even a little warmer sometimes. And the shoe felt great.
I felt a little bit of, there's certain shoes, certain lasts where I get a little bit of irritation on the inside of my big toes. I felt that in both of these shoes. Skechers shoes always gave me that problem. For some reason, I feel like I had that in this shoe too. So let's move on to the midsole. This is their higher performing Helion foam, which I'm not sure what that means or even if anything has changed.
They probably measured it and they're like, this one gives us the most energy return.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's no speed board in this midsole, which past, I'm not sure if the first version of this shoe had, but a lot of On models have had that in the past. No speed board. You got a stack of 31 millimeters in the heel, 21 in the forefoot, which has to be midsole only because it's obviously a little bit higher than that. So 10 millimeter drop.
It's remarkably unremarkable in a good way.
Okay.
I felt like it just felt smooth through the stride. This is a really good daily trainer as far as just the right amount of cushioning in the right places. Now, when you say that the stack looks a little higher, I agree with you, but you also, I think part of their stability component in this shoe is you sitting in this, so it does kind of cradle. The walls do come up a little bit on the sides, and then you've got this clip in the back that I'm guessing creates some sort of firmer heel.
Yeah, a little bit of support there.
Yeah. But overall, the Helion, I felt it wasn't remarkable. It feels kind of like an eTPU style foam where it's got a little bit of bounce. It's not going to knock your socks off, but where I really liked it was on the run. No matter what distance I did, it felt like just the right amount of foam to protect the feet and to feel good and roll through the stride.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I thought the midsole felt really nice. Again, like you said, pretty smooth shoe altogether. You'll notice that they don't have the cutout anymore. They actually said in the press release, you won't get rocks caught anymore, which I love because they used to say you won't get rocks caught, and everyone knew that they're just being gaslit because everybody got rocks caught. So finally, you got this, still have the same sort of pattern or design, but you're not going to get a bunch of boulders stuck between your toes. And of course, the cloud design with the see-through holes. CloudTec is there and evident. I think another part of the added stability of the shoe is that it is a bit of a wider platform.
If you need stability, you should be really happy with what the companies are doing. Every company is kind of readdressing it. It's not just a solid block of firm foam on the medial side to kind of help you not push that stuff down. They're actually thinking about the way you go through your stride and kind of blending it in. What that does is it makes it more accessible for people. So the fact that I didn't even notice that it was a stability shoe in the beginning, I think is a high compliment. It doesn't feel obtrusive or like it's pushing or, controlling. I didn't feel like sometimes the heel cup makes it feel like you can't get any movement in your heel. This one feels really natural. And even if it was just a neutral shoe, I would say this was one of my more enjoyable neutral shoe experiences on that just regular foam slab this year.
How much of a factor do you feel like weight played into that? Because I felt like this was a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. How much did it weigh?
So it weighed for my US 10.15 ounces or 290 grams around there. And it feels that's pretty smooth and light through the stride. I didn't have any complaints about the weight.
Yeah, that's around the Pegasus range. Is it a little bit later?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, yeah. So for a daily trainer, that's about right on par. Overall, it is a pretty comfortable ride. It felt like comfortable, smooth, kind of just. I could have got the upper to dial in right. I feel like I would have been liking this shoe a lot more. Not gonna lie, I'm still gonna wear it for my kids' pickup, school pickup, to the t-ball games, to the soccer games.
If you had a lawn,
be the envy of the parents. Yeah, be like, I got these lawns.
I kind of got the right fit, so I feel a little bit different from you. This is that shoe that I would say, I really enjoy this as a daily trainer. I would probably use it as a daily trainer and just gobble up miles in it, especially if you like the On aesthetic. Now, additionally, Robbie's kind of mentioning it with the status and the wearing it to school pickup and stuff. It is a shoe that I feel like if you're traveling and you're like, I need a shoe that I can wear and kind of hit miles while I'm out there, I think this would be a great summer travel shoe.
Oh yeah, this is probably it's gotta be up there with a lot of the other shoes I like as travel shoes. Got like the Diodora V7000, a Tracksmith Elliott, some other shoes like that. So I think this is, again, especially for that type of choice, it's a no-brainer. It's a great shoe. It's a super comfortable just walking shoe in general.
Just want to talk a little bit about the rubber. This is where I do feel like they may have saved a little money. It's not bad, but it's kind of your basic rubber bottom.
Yeah, and there's not much there. Not even half of the outsole has rubber on it. You have it where it counts in the forefoot and the heel, but as you can see, there's a lot of exposed foam, Helion foam there. I didn't have any issues with it as far as grip. I don't think I ran in the rain at all. I was trying to protect this white upper.
The grip was fine. For a basic daily trainer, I think it's fine. It comes in at the $150 price range, which is a little bit more than, say, your entry-level peg at $140 or something like that. But for an On shoe with an upper that's as well constructed as this, that extra $10, I think you're there.
Yeah, for On, I feel like that's pretty much as good as you're gonna get at 150. All right, red light, green light.
I'm giving it a green.
Okay. I have to give it a yellow because the upper was not hit me right. So, but the ride was nice on it, so that balances it out. Anything else?
No, so I guess if you have a foot that isn't like Robbie's, you're gonna love this shoe.
Yeah, and especially if you have a wide foot, I think stick around for wide foot Jarrett's review. I believe there's a waterproof version of it coming.
What?
Yeah. And also an extra wide version, so you'll be all right. Yeah.
Whoa. I guess waterproof would make it, again, that travel shoe that would be great for all conditions. So keep an eye out for that. I really enjoyed getting miles in the shoe. Again, the fact that it was a stability shoe went right past me. I later found out about that. It just feels like a nice shoe. So if you are looking for a little guidance, but you don't want that bulky feeling, this shoe really delivers. That's it.
Make sure you follow us on all our other channels, Instagram, or listen to the Drop Podcast and Fuel for the Soul.
If you see a button that looks like this, you want to hit it.
Yeah. Don't do the. Is there still a thumbs down button?
There might be. Don't even bring that up. And then there's also a subscribe button so that you can stay in touch with all the reviews we do. You can also go to believeintherun.com, read all these reviews, as well as check us out on the Drop Podcast, Fuel for the Soul. Subscribe to our newsletter, which covers everything. Robbie, anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
All right, that's it.
All right. Keep cloud running.